Disney Pixar's animated comedy, Coco, easily repeated as the winner of the North American box office with a solid $26.1 million at 3,987 locations during a moderate weekend. The third weekend of Warner Bros. DC Entertainment's Justice League finished second with $16.6 million at 3,820 sites, with the superhero tentpole dropping 60%. Lionsgate's Wonder continued to perform well with $12.5 million at 3,449 venues to come in third, followed by Disney Marvel's Fifth Frame of Thor Ragnarok with $9.7 million at 3,148 sites, the fourth weekend of Paramount's Daddy's Home 2, with $7 million at 3,403 venues, and Fox's fourth weekend of Murder on the Orient Express with $6.7 million at 3,201 screens. Awards contenders, Lady Bird, and Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, tied for seventh place with $4.5 million each. A24's Lady Bird expanded by 403 sites to 1,194, and Fox Searchlight's Three Billboards doubled its run to 1,430 screens. Sony's third weekend of faith-based animated drama comedy, The Star, finished ninth with $4 million at 2,822 locations, followed by Stax Films' fifth weekend of A Bad Mom's Christmas, with $3.5 million at 2,251 sites for a 33-day total of nearly $65 million. The major studios opted to rely on holdovers during the session and held off on any wide openings. A24 generated strong performance from its limited launch of James Franco's The Disaster Artist, with $1.2 million at 19 locations for a $64,254 per screen average, and 12th place on the domestic chart. Fox Searchlight's The Shape of Water saw an impressive $166,800 at 2 theaters, and Woody Allen's Wonder Wheel debuted with a solid $140,555 at 5 sites through Amazon. Sony Classic's second weekend of Call Me By Your Name posted a stellar $281,280 at 4 screens for a 10-day total of $908,175. It won Best Feature at the Gotham Independent Film Awards on November 27. Coco has now taken in $108.7 million in its first 12 days, following a 47% decline from its opening. The film, based on the traditions surrounding the Day of the Dead holiday in Mexico, centers on a 12-year-old boy who dreams of becoming a musician. The film has been embraced by critics with a 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Disney's Moana performed slightly better during the same period last year with $119.8 million after 12 days. Coco is maintaining a strong hold on audiences, with Comscore's post-track survey showing 79% of patrons saying they would definitely recommend the movie and another 19% saying they would probably recommend it. The studio has not released a price for Coco. Disney Pixar titles are usually budgeted in the $175 million to $200 million range. Justice League has finished its first 17 days with $197.3 million domestically. The movie, which teams up the DC characters in the same manner as Disney Marvel's superheroes, is the 10th highest-grossing title released in 2017. It's been the lowest performer among the 5 films in the DC Extended Universe, with Wonder Woman grossing $275.1 million in its first 17 days in June, and Suicide Squad taking in $262.4 million in its first 17 days last year. Gal Gadot stars as Wonder Woman along with Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Ezra Miller as The Flash, and Ray Fisher as Cyborg as the superheroes team up to save the world. Warner Bros. Has not disclosed the production cost, which is believed to be as much as $300 million. Justice League also grossed $35.7 million on approximately 20,375 screens in 66 international markets, bringing the overseas total to $370.1 million and the global total $567.4 million. Wonder strengthened its status as a sleeper hit with its 17-day total of $88 million. The drama, starring Jacob Tremblay as a fifth grader with a facial deformity, is already a major money maker for Lionsgate with a $20 million budget. Thor Ragnarok, which was the key contributor to a solid November, is winding up the weekend with a $291.4 million domestic total after 31 days. It will become the 71st title to top the $300 million mark within the next week. Overall domestic moviegoing totaled $104 million, up $8 million from the same frame in 2016 and the biggest post-Thanksgiving weekend in 5 years, according to ComScore. The biggest post-Thanksgiving weekend since 2012 proves that there was no need for a wide-release newcomer to drive large numbers of moviegoers to the multiplex that is already chock-full of appealing titles from both the blockbuster side of the ledger and award season favorites, said Paul Degarabedian, senior media analyst with ComScore. Year-to-date domestic box office is down 3.9% to $9.86 billion as of Sunday, according to ComScore. Even with a blockbuster performance by Disney Lucasfilms' Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which opens Dec. 15, the final 2017 box office number is likely to finish at least 2% down at the end of the year.